Hello there. Welcome to another talk, another podcast, a meditation. And today's one is called Dangers of Rushing Your Spiritual Healing Path. Very important talk. And this is what you see with a lot of people. You know, they're trying to get to a certain place. They think they're going somewhere. I don't know where they think they're going, but they think that they're wanting to go somewhere, achieve something. And when they're thinking like that, they're not really being present. And the ecstasy or euphoria of the present moment is missed because you're thinking too far ahead. You see, lately, I've been feeling this peace, but a euphoria kind of peace. And it's very simple how I've created it. This is a feeling that it's totally brand new. It's nothing to do with the family, it's nothing to do with the blood, it's nothing to do with anything before. It's to do with something I'm entering into. And the reason it's happening is because what I've been creating since the spiritual awakening began 10 years ago. There's 24, I'm 34 now. And the awakening, healing, all that kind of stuff has created an energy field. But this energy field, it feels like, it's not something that exists in this family, this blood family. It's totally brand new. It's something. It's almost like, imagine if you were energetically connecting to another family in spirit or something. And what I mean by that is it's just totally new. And the reason I'm creating it is because this path has been about getting me to be present. And a lot of healing has gone on, and so you're changing from erraticness to presence, externalization to going within. And that's what's been happening. And that's how lately I've been feeling all this sort of like euphoria / peace. And so it's about not rushing your spiritual pathway. You see, because the thing that you want is what I've got here, which is this euphoria peace. So you can only have that by really going within the heart chakra and being present. But when you're trying to rush, you're trying to achieve some state, or you're trying to achieve any achievement, is false achievement. So just let go of that. Whatever it is, if it's a Kundalini awakening, or if it's whatever it is, forget about it, because it's all nonsense, you see. Because what you're chasing is all, it doesn't matter what someone's offering you, it's basically narratives that you're replaying or they're replaying. And this happens en masse, and what you see is people replaying these narratives, these stories. And that then becomes the apparent reality. That's how my reality is very peaceful and euphoric now, because I've created that state myself through narratives again. But that's all it is. It's narratives. You see, ideas that you're going to get somewhere. You see, and this actually leads to hurt as well. When you're doing that, when you're, you know, thinking too much on the end goal. And lately, the last like week, you know, I've been feeling all this euphoria, but it's been because of what I've created and its narratives. You know, so the narratives can work for you. You know, but you're creating it ultimately. And if you create the kind of narratives that have a negative impact, you can learn from it, but they're creating a negative impact. And that's if you're trying to rush to do something. Because it's not about where you're going or the end goal, but it's about the journey itself. You see? Like I say, this state that I've been feeling, this state is, again, this is, you could say it's narratives that is beneficial for me. You know, so ultimately, you know, it's narratives, but it's having a positive impact. But I suppose the ones that would have a negative impact would be rushing your spiritual journey. You see? And so by letting this go, I've created this euphoricness, this blissfulness, peacefulness. But there's a euphoria with it. Because I'm not rushing, you see. The complete opposite of what I used to be like. The complete opposite. It's a bit like the difference between sex and love making or something. You know, the love side would be you're just in the present moment, you're savoring it, right? But if you're trying to rush it, and you're going to lose this like euphoria. So that's why it's all about letting go of the end goal and just being present and savoring it in the present moment. You see? And this kind of thing is very healing for you, because it's good for your body to feel good. It's good for you to feel good. It's good for you to really want to be present, to really want to savor this moment. You see? And then you go through a very healing thing, very euphoric thing, ascension. And then you realize that there was no point in rushing in the first place. You see? And this is basically what I've been experiencing this week, but it's been a build-up for 10 years. Or at least that's the narrative I'm replaying to myself. Because, like I keep saying, everything is narratives. Everything is stories. And if you think of it, this is happening en masse. Everyone's repeating stories and narratives, and that becomes the apparent reality. You see? This is what happens in awakening. You start to realise that everything is that. Everything's narratives, everything's stories. And then you can restructure the stories and the narratives to benefit yourself for your highest good. Instead of before, when you were ignorant and you didn't understand what you were doing. So, you're creating a bad reality but not realising it. But, so, it's all about letting go of what the end goal is and just savouring the moment and enjoying it. Become more in tune with your body more. you know, become, tap into your tantric energy field, your orgasmic energy field, which everybody has. You know, everyone has different energetic things going on, and part of it is you've got like an orgasmic tantric energy field, but that can only be tapped into if you're working on being present. And then in presence is like a holy divine vortex that is source, God, and in that power is this like harmony, beauty, euphoria, patience. You know, it's like that's the only safe vortex that there is, the present moment. And the dangers, of course, of rushing your spiritual path, you know, the dangers of that are you're simply just going to be unhappy. That's the dangers of it. You know, if you're trying to rush anything, you're going to be dissatisfied. Doesn't matter what it is. If you try to rush it, when you savor it, you feel the full impact of the euphoricness of it. So let go of the end goal and focus more on the journey itself, and enjoy the journey itself. Savor it as it is in this present moment. As if you're making love with it. You know, if you were making love, you wouldn't rush it, would you? So just slow it down. Why rush? Where are you trying to get to? And then as you let go of trying to get in your being here, you'll start to tap into this peaceful euphoria that I'm talking about, this orgasmic, holy power. Your breathing will go deeper, the thoughts will go, and there's just this euphoria, peace, orgasmicness, you know, and that's the power of presence right there. And the dangers of not doing that is, like I say, you'll just be dissatisfied. You'll get frustrated. You won't feel good. When you try to rush anything, it doesn't feel good. You see, so the dangers of rushing your spiritual healing path are that you'll just be unhappy. And you don't want that. Because joy is the quickest way to ascension. Pleasure, bliss, nirvana, you know. And it's all within the present moment, really. So basically you just let go of, you stop externalizing, you start going within and doing that. See, and that's it, and that's the way. And I'm just going to leave it there. You know, all my talks, about a lot of them are like meditations. That's just the way I am. I'm like this all the time. With myself, you know, if I'm talking, you know, I'm like I am now. I'm like this in my everyday life. And so I'm just going to leave it there. For latest updates, talks, news, research, and much, much more, please do visit my website at www.lovelightfamily.com. Thank you.